Hi, I'm Amanda Ambles. If you haven't been on my channel before, I often amble and ramble, and I make lots of random shorts as well. So what's been on my mind and in my heart these past few days is really about what is the definition of success. How can we measure how successful we are? And I found it really interesting. I put the question out on Facebook and I got some incredible responses to that question. And, some people were saying it's simplicity, living simply, and others were saying it's living without comparing yourself to others, and others were saying it's success can't really be measured at all, and that you should only really measure success against yourself and your own journey. And I really do believe that often in a society that judges our success by the amount of money we make, it's very refreshing that people are redefining what success is and what ambition is. And there's so many more channels about slow living in tiny houses, slowing down everything down without this kind of hurried thing towards ambition. And I had a very good opportunity in my 20s to go and work at the BBC as a film editor. And my mum was quite successful. She worked with David Attenborough, and she was an excellent film editor, to be fair. She'd gone to the National Film School and won awards, and she was highly successful in her field. And the door was open for me, the opportunity was there. But I just felt very much that I had to make my own way, and I guess define success in whatever way I would define it. And it was very interesting because a friend of mine who I'd opened the door to the BBC became a researcher, and I think her life became quite stressed. And I think that, what she seemed to think, that her cancer was a direct result of her stressful lifestyle, her stressful career, if you like. And she told me when she was in the hospital, Amanda, I wish I'd been a bit more happy-go-lucky like you, and just sort of not really having a set career plan. And I didn't really know at the time. It was quite a shock to me because I didn't consciously choose that. I just couldn't really be any other way. And I've never really done a job for more than a few years. I don't know whether it's just boredom or, restlessness. But, I've never really had an ambition to be successful and climb that career ladder at all. And it's very refreshing on YouTube to connect with other individuals that feel exactly the same way as me. Success is looking at the daisies, drawing them, maybe doing he loves me not, even when you become an adult, not forgetting how it is still to be a child. Perhaps success is just taking daily walks at a slow pace and noticing everything that you see along the way, the shadows, nature, letting your dog sniff. Maybe that is success. This is just noticing the changes of the leaves in springtime, the colours, the new life. Maybe that is success. Maybe success is just not really being too worried about what others think of you, the labels that they give you. Perhaps riding above that is to be successful and not taking it too personally, taking nothing personally. Maybe that is success. Maybe success to you is just being loved by the right people. To be loved is one of the most brilliant success stories that could possibly happen. And also, if you've had the experience of rescuing an animal, now that is my greatest love story to date. Well, first of all with my dog Magic, and secondly with my beautiful dog Aurora as well. and I feel successful in giving them a really lovely life, where when I'm cooking my breakfast I share it with her. To me, that's a successful start to the day. I certainly don't look at the zombie-like celebrity culture and think I want to be a part of that. When you know just how corrupt all of that is, it makes you thankful actually to not be a part of that. So if success is fame and fortune, then no thank you. When I was 13, I actually did sing in a video that went out on the Oxford Road show. It was Jilted John's second song. It was taking the mickey out of photo love stories. And I reckon I got the audition because I couldn't sing very well, and I had a very corny haircut as well. I might show you some of the pictures if you're interested. But even at that time, I remember thinking to myself, why are my friends, why are my teachers treating me differently just because I'm on the telly? And that was a big wake up to me. And it was also showing me how I didn't like to be totally in the limelight, although I did push myself a little bit more back into the limelight when I was doing the Stop World Heritage campaign. But that was different because it was all for a campaign, and I did that for more selfless reasons than selfish reasons. So being successful might be just getting out of bed in the morning. Being successful might be the small goals that you set yourself for the day. Not planning 5 years ahead. And I think increasingly people are realizing the value in living in the moment, living for the now, and being more in the yin energy of life rather than the yang masculine energy. The yin is softer and more acquiescing, and the yang is much more strident masculine energy, which I think did typify the 80s very much. In a society that is increasingly chaotic but also inverted as well, where there aren't clearly defined roles anymore. No, the masculine and the feminine, it's become very mixed up. There's a lot of body dysmorphia going on, and perhaps it's harder to find what success actually is, and actually to carve our way through such a society, because it's clear to me that the society is quite sick. So to be part of that society, perhaps that's not really my idea of what success is. Perhaps my idea is to speak your truth, even if it goes against your local council, even if it goes against the government, even if it goes against the dynamics within your family and you lose friends or you lose family members. It's not a very glorified idea of success, but perhaps speaking your truth is one of the greatest successes of your life, perhaps. What do you think about that? Do you think that just gets you into trouble and that you're not accepted because of that? I'm in a group called Consortium of Misfits, and I am a fully fledged member of the Misfit tribe, and I like being a misfit. It suits me, and I've always, from a young age, always thought outside the box. I ran away from home at age 3, wearing all my mum's clothes, and I was brought back by a panda car from the local common nearby. So in what ways are you a success, or do you feel defines your success? And maybe we need to celebrate our successes, however small they are in life and however seemingly insignificant they are. I'm Amanda Ambles. Thanks so much for watching. Loads of love to you. Take care now.